Hey guys, it's Queendija, and in today's video, I will be reacting to episode 43 of Hirogaru Sky Precure. So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. No. Oh, and there's a little leaf. It's a dog barking. At first I thought it was my dog, but he quiet. What's up? Mm. Yeah. I mean, I think it's because she has so much on her mind, and yeah, it's really inevitable. Anybody can forget something like even important. Mm. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's more like a struggle, but you're still just trying to find out, like, not only who you are as a person, but what do you want to do? What's your take? Well, yeah, it's not finished because she's struggling. Don't judge her. I mean, did you see the way he looked at him? Her? Oh my god. No! Oh. Don't you want to be saved? No! Here comes the girlfriend! The freaking white! Baby. Honey. Right? Once again, you gotta feel bad for the bad guys of the story. I mean, seriously, like any series, you have to feel bad for them. Like, Jesus. Yeah. Because, I mean, in a way, he was your friend. They give him the Powerpuff Girls colors. Can't. Between that and the Rowdy Rough Boys. First, they had to still put that scene in there because Mashiro is L's fame. You gotta help him first. Well, baby, from what I know, he's about to turn Super Saiyan. From what I saw in previews. I was like, what? Mm. But one isn't worthless. why, but I'm kind of getting like, you know how like in typical RPGs when it's like your turn, you're like, nope, gotta buff him first. Gotta get the buffs in first. Jesus, he too fast. No, it was so sweet. Well, I mean, of course, she cares about you. You're kind of friends. True. Hmm. Seriously, you're just gonna leave with us saying thank you? Oh, that's a start. That's so sweet. Oh. Oh! Baby, oh my god. Oh. You know how I said the last episode focusing on Mashiro and Manda was like the best episode in my personal favorite? This one trumped it all. Like, seriously. Baby just went in. And her story was so freaking cute. I mean, in the end, it just tells you that you're not worthless. Number one, you can do anything that you set your mind to. You're never worthless. Don't let anyone who's a negative Nancy be a negative Nancy towards you. Always treat them with kindness and give them a smile, because the worst thing is that they can see for you is seeing you happy and thriving. Always do your best in everything that you do. Even when people piss you off, even when you have a bad day, even when somebody comes in with a bad freaking attitude and wants to cuss you out, always give them a smile. Even when you get irritated when a customer comes in and does some ish, treat them with a smile. Because it doesn't hurt you. Even though it does. But you're showing them it doesn't hurt you. But seriously, baby, like, oh my god. I hope that when we do get to see the last couple of weeks of this show, especially by the end of this, with Manda and everyone else, we get to see what their futures are like, which would be really nice. Like, if they stay on Earth or they go back home and they just change anew and live somewhere else and everything, and they, do more good in the world than the harm that they did. Be nice. Okay. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay. So, funny enough was when this episode aired last night, um the picture of the girl who literally is giving the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland, that was everywhere. So, personally, when I was about to go to bed, I would no, it was about like 2 hours before I was going to go to bed, but I was waiting for the episode to come out for Crunchyroll. I really did want to watch the episode, but I was like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow when I come home and da da da. But when I saw this, I was like, who the heck is this? And so, of course, she has to be our big bad. Duh. Now, like I said, my little big thoughts is it still Captain Chella, because we feel like we know nothing, the bare minimum of her. We barely know anything about her and such. So it will make the most sense that the one person who is closest to Sora is the big bad of it. I mean, they kind of did that with Delicious in a way, but not really. Or it could be the girl who didn't really like, who works with Sora but didn't like Sora at the beginning. So who knows? Or it could just be someone who we have not seen yet, and she's just been chilling out in the background, which I've talked about before. Now, I don't know if that is L at the end, because a lot of people are saying it looks like it's either L, older, or it's her older sister, which we won't get context on that until next week. But I mean, this episode was really enjoyable. Let me talk one more thing before I go. Okay, so you know how in episode 42, when I finished it, we talked about the wonderful, like, Precure predictions and everything, and how it's like very much strictly dog or puppy-esque theme. Maybe like someone said it like because something else came out today. But pretty much animal dog specifically themed. So today, between last night and today, supposedly more leaks came out. Specifically showing the four girls. And I wasn't really going to talk about this until we got the first official stuff from Toei or something else in general, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it now. Now, the four girls, I think they look really pretty. I only got to see 3 out of the 4 names because the picture that was being used, it was more like a lunchbox per se. And so, I think there was 2 different versions. Excuse me. And so one of the Cures, who was on a different lunchbox with the other one, her name fully wasn't shown. I'm not surprised that like one of them is named the title card of the show, because it makes the most sense. It's very similar, like, what would Delicious Party? Nobody was named Cure Delicious. Precious kind of like rhymed with delicious in a way, but the fact is somebody is being named that for Wonderful, it makes the most sense. But they look really good. I think what I immediately thought of when I saw the artwork was it was giving very much feels to Pretty Pata's Pre-chan series that I reacted to a while back ago, like I think about 3 years ago before that ended, or very short. But yes, typically gave me that art style, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks really good. It's very much like hoppy in your face and such. I think, what else can I say? Well, we're going back to 4 girls, which I'm a little disappointed because I thought they would have continued, like, oh, hey, let's add a boy officially even more and such. But I feel like because when we look at Hirogaru Sky as a nutshell, this was an experimental season. It really was. Not only having the first leader cure as a blue cure, that's 1. 2, having a boy cure, and 3, having a quote unquote an adult cure in this show. They decided to put out all the stops on it, which I'm still not mad at. I love how we finally got things that a lot of people really wanted for the longest time, and I feel like what they're going to continuously do, and we'll even talk about that again when we get to the final episode of this show, is making experimental choices and stuff. But I really would have hoped that Wonderful would have continued being in this new era, I cannot speak, experimental phase and such, of being like, okay, let's add another guy or a boy into this group. Now, it could be, it could be different. The final cure, because it's only 4, the final cure could be a boy. That's the thing. And it would be interesting to have the final cure be a boy. But the biggest thing is we really don't know, because slowly but surely these leaks are slowly coming out. We got the title card of the series. We're now getting official merch per se, but I think once when we get into the next couple of weeks, I think by Christmas, so probably the week after the Christmas episode comes out, I think that's when we'll officially get the official name. So the cure, like, we're gonna still call the first cure Wonderful, because that is her name. If it is Cure Wonderful, her first name, what her human form looks like, same thing with the other 3 girls, what the initial artwork is that I'll probably end up using as my thumbnail. There's a lot of things that are going to come out in the next couple of weeks. So whenever Toei, like, is there, I'll be there first, up front and center, and then eventually we'll have a video with the Hirogaru Sky Pretty Hero groups. And we'll talk more about that. But, I mean, yeah, I think from what I saw, I thought they were really pretty. I love the fact that they're using kind of more pastel colors rather than the signature, like, almost like a hot pink. One other thing I will say, I think when I was looking at the Pink Cure, she doesn't have pink hair. She either had pink or blonde hair. So we're either continuing the blonde or we're continuing the pink. One of the things, I gotta go back and look at it. It's been a couple of hours since I last looked at it, but we'll see. But other than that, guys, that is my reaction review towards episode 43 of Hirogaru Sky Pretty Cure. If you guys enjoyed it, please give me a like. It really helps me out. Also, subscribe to my channel. I make videos every single day. Join the Master Squad. And of course, I will see you guys officially all next Saturday, Sunday for episode 44. But until then, I will see you guys all next time. Bye.